What's up, guys?
What's up, what's up? Так, ну что ж, всем привет, уважаемые друзья, с вами Flakes. Продолжаем проходить Enderal, часть номер 7. Надеюсь, я выложил предыдущие 6 частей по этому моду на Skyrim. Очень надеюсь, что я не поленился, я все сделал. Если я это не сделал, приношу извинения. Потому что там видос весит все вместе 186 гигабайтов. Ребята, так что извиняйте, если либо они не дошли, либо пропали. Вот. Всем желаю приятного просмотра. Сегодня мы немножко побегаем, может, мифическое существо выследим. Броню надо новенькую найти под реале. Так, The Elder Scrolls Special Edition. Так, выбрать плейлист, создать новый. Enderal. Сохранить. SE. Skyrim. Так. Надо название поменять тут. The Elders. Ага. Enderal за лучника. Сложность максимальная. Номер 7. Угу. Так, ну что, все. Погнали потихоньку. Заводим шарманку. Так, тут все закрываю. Так, тут я все закрыл. Угу. Так. В прошлой серии что я сделал? Мы исследовали Темную долину, Шепчущий лес и Сердцеземье. Вот эти территории мы изучали. Сегодня наша задача немножко изучить Кристальный лес, если успеем, Морозные утесы. Скорее всего, тут одно из мифических существ, как я подозреваю. Одно мифическое существо точно здесь, в пороховой пустыне. А последнее, я думаю, что вот тут. Где-то вот тут оно. И вообще надо немножко по сюжетке пройти. Я что-то отстаю. Отстаю от сюжетки, так что давайте, наверное, с сюжетки и начнем. Надо немножко продвинуться по ней. Идем, возвращаемся к сюжетному неписью. Все, всю колу выпил, больше нет. Надо новую покупать. Все? Да. 2 пельмешка осталось, надо доесть. У меня привычка, когда я почти все доел, оставлять пару пельменей недоеденными. Мне как приятно вернуться в Skyrim. Хорошо, что я от Skyrim отдохнул. Ну. После тума... Не, на самом деле, ни хрена не отдохнул. Голова немножко побаливает. Но думаю, это сейчас переборем. Ну, каникулы подходят к концу. То что я сделаю? Ну, надо играть, понимаете? Есть слово Хочу, а есть слово надо. Надо играть в Skyrim. Надо. Потому что все, у меня скоро свободное время исчезнет. Как раз таки и Doom закрыл. Вот Doom вообще классно. Поностальгировали, круто. Испытал себя на прочность. Ну, я быстро прошел. До 10 часов это быстро. Так. Any luck?
Never walked back on the road from... Well, that's interesting. Good work. That should be all we need then. Splendid.
Ты нашел что-нибудь?
I did, and now I finally know what to make of it. Come, follow me.
Come. Как я тебе сделаю кам, если я за девушку играю? Он что-то знает.
I present a Star People's lock, and I bet my buttocks will find another answer behind that door over there. Doesn't surprise me. This kind of lock is usually only found in treasuries or castles, but they can be picked, but that's going to be quite the challenge without the bolts. Normally, yeah. It's quite simple, actually. Every keyhole has a matching bolt that latches into place once you insert it.
Да, мы видели эти скважины, они здесь по углам.
Five in our case are latched. The door the lock protects opens up. If you don't have the matching bolts, however, you should prepare yourself for the most frustrating break-in of your life. That is, if you don't happen to be just... You can use wooden sticks instead of bolts. They'll break a couple of seconds after you put them inside the lock, but if you manage to get all 5 sticks into place before the first one breaks, you can basically trick the mechanism. It's all about speed, in other words. So I'd say you do the running, and I'll wait near the pressure plate. You ready?
Ну ты и придумал.
Splendid. Here are the sticks.
Блин.
All right.
Удерживая клавишу спринт, вы можете ускорить нанесение оружия, броня замедляют вас. Ускорить все 5 замков медиков, прежде чем ось сломается. Угу. Так.
Really good at this. Now let's take a look and see what the old Magister didn't want anyone to see, shall we?
Давай. А, да? Сейчас какой-то он слабенький.
This Yarrow knew about magic, that's for sure. That leaves us with the question of what exactly this is supposed to be.
Похож на труп. Ну, чей?
I suppose that's his companion. Though it's interesting that he was already on the wrong side of the law way before his rampage. Well, burials are considered heathen here in Enderal, and have been forbidden for about 300 years now. Here, corpses are always cremated. The whole thing's called the Last Journey. The deceased is taken to a place he or she considered special during his or her life, immediately after dying. That's the only way the soul can move on to the eternal paths. Sounds very poetic, but I'm pretty sure the only reason the Order introduced the law was to prevent plagues. Plus, they might have noticed that too many lost ones running around on trade routes aren't that much fun for wanderers and traveling merchants. Yeah, but of course that only goes for the little man. The rich and powerful still tend to their family crypts. And there are still plenty of old vaults around from the time before this whole Last Journey thing was begun. And it's good that way. What would life as a treasure hunter be like without the notorious noble looking for family jewels in a century-old grave?
Так что теперь?
Let's take a look around and see if we find anything.
Давай. Пусть... реально захоронение. Папиная книга Еро. Книжка.
Beloved Sira, this is my last letter. In it, I ask for forgiveness, for it was I who murdered you. No, of course, it wasn't me who held the knife, but it was me who infected you with my fallacy. The fallacy that the world wants to be saved. It doesn't. Yes, Sira, there's still a part of me who refuses to believe these words, even as I write them. But just one look is enough to prove me a fool. We have so much, yet we are never content. We could make peace, yet we choose war. We embrace hatred over love. And no, Sira, there is no hope, no silver lining, no matter how much we try to tell ourselves the opposite. Mankind is at its end. It has been since some mad god created it for his amusement. A Quranian philosopher once said that there comes a time in our lives when we make a choice to live virtuously, yet in austerity, or ignobly, yet in pleasure. The philosopher called this second choice choosing the void, because this is what lurks behind its pretty face. Do you see it now, Sira? The bitter truth? They all chose the void, all but us. We who dreamed of something bigger. We who were willing to make a sacrifice for the greater good. Just imagine what we could have done if we hadn't been alone. But we were alone from the very beginning. And no, Sira, these words do not come easy. You of all people should know that. I wanted to believe there was hope. I wanted to believe that all one has to do is remain strong, but look where our idealism brought us. Here I am, in front of your dead body, murdered by those you wanted to help. We should have fled to a faraway isle to grow old together, but we didn't. And why? Because I corrupted you with my delusions. I too will go, Sira. I don't think there is life after death, and I do not care. But before I make my exit...
Ни хрена себе.
What's that? Let me see.
Жестко.
A tragic ending for a tragic personality, I'd say. Well, I think that should suffice. Well, what should I think about it? Yarrow was a self-righteous fool, just like all these do-gooders are. They celebrate themselves as great messiahs as long as everything goes well, but once they fail, it's the bad, bad world that's responsible for it. The wise hermit has a good saying for that. People are only idealists until it starts to hurt. At the end of the day, they should have simply stayed in Riverville. I think that if we all just spent less time thinking about other people's problems, whores would have fuller purses, breweries emptier barrels, and tyrants fewer minions willing to cut their throats open for the one true god or the one true nation. Yeah, we are. Here, I've got 2 teleport scrolls that can take us right back to Riverville. Just meet me in the tavern once you're ready to go. I have some stuff to take care of, so there's no need to hurry.
Да, симпатичный выглядит на фоне ванилы. Бразы, проработание. О, полетел парнишка. Да, по сюжету я очень сильно отстал. Летим. Так. Буду немножко побольше молчать. Потому что устал говорить. На фоне ванила, да.
A foreigner, huh? What a surprise.
Please, sit down.
Давай, поиграем.
May the heart of the cards beat for you.
Ого, 5000, нихера, какая ставка большая. Всего с него где-то 1000 можно содрать, ясно. 30. Он не хочет рисковать. Почему? А я буду рисковать, даже могу. Еще. О, с идеальным числом 30 вы выигрываете двойное количество вашей оригинальной ставки. Выиграли 1000 медных монет. О, плюс косарь за секунду. Как дела? Как дела? Ебать, я его обул на 1000. Повезло так повезло.
Well, well, well. Haven't I seen this fair lady before? How about a sip of wine? Here you go. So, are you ready for our little journey? It seems that Riverville's Myrid's injured, so we'll have to go by foot. Oh, right. You wouldn't know that since you're Naramese. Myrids are giant flying creatures. Quite nasty when wild, and quite useful when tamed. You can find Myrid towers all over Enderal. And for a small fee, the keepers in their Myrids can
Да ну нафиг. Ого.
But,
Открыл
as I
Европу.
said, Riverville's Myrid's injured, so we'll have to walk.
Открыл Европу.
Splendid. Then let's go while it's still dark. We'll be less likely to run into brigands this way. One more thing. Up to now, you've seemed more like the roguish type.
Да-да-да, скрытность,
In
да.
battle, I mean. Am I right?
Да.
I knew it. I'm asking because I was in the market just now stocking up on provisions, and I got myself some new reading material. Here, I think you might find this useful.
Мы драли... Это я знаю. Я знаю.
The Arizalian in My Bed. Sensual Confessions of a Vagabond Lady. Volumes 1 and 2.
На халяву, окей.
No, for the lonely nights. Jokes aside, these are learning books from arcanists or master fencers, depending on what you read. You know how to fight, but if you want to get better, you have to enjoy reading these once in a while. You're welcome. Then off we go, I'd say. You go on ahead. Just take the route leading north out of Riverville. It'll lead us straight to the mountain pass.
Его приросла ваш компаньон. До тех пор, пока вы следуете предусмотренным пути, Джеспер будет следовать за вами. Если вы оставите этот путь, вам не нужно возвращаться на Джеспер. Просто прийти... А, окей. Заставьте компанию Джеспер в Арк. Типа пешком идти? Ну, я могу телепортнуться туда. Кек.
What? You mean the living dead, the Watirs everywhere, the frenzied civilians? I'd say this country.
Делаем вот так вот. Делаем по-умному.
Eager to explore, aren't you? Take your time, I'll wait. I can use a break anyway.
Давай, давай, пошли.
Yes? Madame?
Я что, сломал, что ли, ему? А,
And
все.
here we are.
Угу.
Welcome to Ark. I've got some things to take care of here. So let's meet at the market once you're ready to meet Grandmaster by his own son, Nerazil, yeah. But roughly 2.5 years ago, he suddenly appeared back in Enderal, accompanied by a handful of mages who once fought against him in the Great War. Weird, I know. He did, yeah. It seems that something happened between him and them that made them sort out their issues, you could say. They're allies now. You can imagine what kind of uproar that caused among the Holy Order itself. But you can say what you want about him, but he never lost his charisma, that's for sure. You're telling me. But apparently their alliance has something to do with this red madness. I guess we'll... Alright then. Ark is divided into 5 If you're looking to gear up, I guess the market would be the place to go. If it's magical supplies and alchemy you need, however, you best try your luck in the noble. Finally, there's the temple, which is hard to overlook. Normal citizens are... But if all goes according to plan, you'll soon see it from the inside. Yeah, it doesn't, and it isn't. The Undercity's a cluster of caves. Not a place I'd recommend you visit. At least not on... Great. Then see you later and enjoy your stay.
Очевидные вещи он мне, конечно, рассказал, но и изи экспа, чё? Легкая экспа.
Huh? Keep your chin up.
Изи экспа.
Rock blessed, madame.
Ну, такие очевидные вещи мне объясняют, что вообще жесть. Это вообще ужас.
Walk blessed. I might. What do you need? Safe travels.
Не нашел последней книжки? Нет, не нашел. С маньяком? Не нашел, не получилось. Еще ровно половина книжек с маньяком. Надо искать этого маньяка где-то. Так, ну давай го в золотой серп, там поспим.
That's it. And why is it Malphas who carries the Sun Temple on his back? Isn't that a gesture of servitude?
No, Malphas carries the Sun Temple because he also carries humanity. Without the benevolence and sublimity of the gods, the world would still be at war, just as it was after the devastation of
Я про существ не нашел.
Everything we have, we owe it to them.
Correct.
Не нашел.
The god
Еще 2 книжки. А, нет, одна книжка осталась. Одна книжка. Ну, я тебе так скажу, я сплернул, что это за последняя. Я хотел найти эту книжку с последним существом. Я знаю, что это за последнее существо, но его имя. Но тебе говорить не буду, чтобы тебе было поинтереснее чуть-чуть. Я знаю имя последнего чела. Но пока не буду тебе говорить. Находится он вот здесь. Вот здесь он находится. Где-то вот тут.
It's not driven by greed for power. Their highest endeavor is the preservance of peace and stability, no matter the cost. Keep that in mind, son. And honor the path Malphas has chosen for you. This is the only way of showing gratitude to all he and the Lightborn have done for us.
You're not. Hey! You're an
Я просто интересовался, где это все можно найти.
Well, look who's arrived. Did you have any problems finding your way around? This city can be quite... Right, you're from Ostian. I almost forgot. They're quite fascinating, these places, aren't they? You can climb high, and you can fall just... Here, put this on. And before you ask, yes, it's necessary. Just trust me.
Окей, я переоделся.
War on Nerum. War on Kile. Red madness. What the fuck is wrong with this world?
А, буду потом в банк положить 13 тысяч золота. Пока я ничего не покупаю, чисто фармить. Во вклад. 13 тысяч золотых.
So, about this fever. Usually those gifted with magic have to report their talent to the Order, and then pass a ritual that teaches them how to deal with their magic. The journey to the water is what they call it. Once they've passed that, the fever reduces to an endurable level, and new arcanists have their names registered in some kind of holy book. But there are other ways to get rid of the fever, and I hope my employer can tell you about them.
Погнали. А то лихорадка реально надоела. Она вес снижает мой. Мне это вообще не нравится.
Okay, almost there.
Почти на месте, давай. Будем к храму, я так понял. Да, скоро, конечно, в учебу идти, ребята. Хотя я рад, столько игр прошли за каникулы. Прям вообще жесть. Я доволен так-то.
Pathlessness, wherever you look. Where is this supposed to lead?
Чё он посмотрел на меня так? Неужели я могу сюда попасть?
Hold it, my sir. No civilians beyond this point without explicit permission. Who are you and leads you to this holy place?
Business. I'm Jaspar Dalveric, and I work for the Naramese mages.
Right, the mercenary. And who's your companion?
Marija de Luna from Ostian, esteemed holder of de Luna's Empire
Ah.
of Fragrance, the most prestigious perfumery in all of Vin. Archmagister Marigil sent for her. Didn't he tell you?
The Archmagister. Well, that does sound like him. Fair enough, you may pass. But show this
Моя
place
собака.
the respect it deserves, mercenary. You too, my Dame de Luna.
You have my word, fair lady.
Он меня переодел, чтобы меня пропустили. Понятно. Спасибо, Джаспар. Чё, бля? Пропустили меня, да?
This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong here.
Well, that went better than
Что ж, все
expected.
прошло куда лучше, чем ожидалось. Империя нежных хроматом Барьера до Луны.
Hey, it worked, didn't it? That's all that matters. Nobody will suspect someone who's already in the temple. Anyway, I think it's about
Новая
time I
локация,
tell you a
ребят.
little bit more about this employer of mine. His name is Constantine Firespark, and he's one of Narathzil Orenthiel's former followers, which the new Grand Master, Tealor Orenthiel, brought here by ship about 2 years ago. That means he's one of the former arch-enemies of the Order. They usually wear green, while the Order wears white or red. That should make it easy for you to tell them apart. Firespark's pretty much the eldest of Narathzil's mages, and quite well versed in magic, at least from what I've heard. Plus, he's a very gentle and likable fellow, which is why even the Keepers like having him around. Let's hope he can tell us a thing or two about these visions, and help you get rid of the fever. Come, follow me.
Да, сюжет интересный,
Keep your
кстати.
chin up.
Сюжетка тут нормальная. Интересная.
As soon as possible. Your sister will be fine. I'm certain of it. Good. That's good. Thank you. And may his light guide you. And you.
Держите подсветку. Может, тут есть книжки о мяснике? Что-то подозреваю, что тут можно их найти. Чародейка Энни. А постараться их найти. Отыскать.
All right, here we are. Hang on.
No. That's not how you do it.
Blast it, I'm just being careful. We
Like
have to...
heck we do. Give me that thing, now.
Блять. Господи. Пати испугался.
Blistering blazes. That's what you get for working with fumblers. I told you, we
Where's the
should
fire
be
spot?
careful. What? Now who the heck are you? Can't an old man have a moment to himself?
You hired me. Magister, don't you remember?
Oh, right. Joseph the Scrounger. So why are you here?
А какого он девушка разговаривал? Никого нет.
Just spar. And yeah, we did find something. I
Suggest you first of all tell me when I allowed you to drag your flings up here. Do you need me to explain the meaning of the words highly and confidential to you?
I'm sure there's a lot you can explain to me, but let's save that for later. This particular lady needs your help, to be frank. Arcane fever.
Is that so? And what exactly has that got to do with me? Let the Keepers and their holy rituals take care of it. What is it with the costume, anyway?
This woman's magic is different, Meiser. Just feel her aura, and you'll see it. Plus, she's from Naren, just as you are.
Well, all right then, for nostalgia's sake. I really hope you're not wasting my time, though. Working with these religious buffoons is bound to make any rational thinking person go bonkers. Anyway, that chair over there. Take a seat, and I'll have a look at that fever of yours.
Давай.
All right then. This will tickle a little.
Ты чё? Ай.
Yeah, you're right. This aura does feel different. Complex somehow and powerful.
Что-то в глазах двоится.
You really want to tell me you've only recently discovered that talent of yours? With that aura, I'm surprised that you haven't turned into an Obaya by now. Fine. Well, that is, we will help you. But first, tell me everything. How you got that magic, and how you met that scrounger.
Блин, слушайте, вот это квест, интересно.
I see. Regarding this vision thing, I think that your mind simply played a trick on you there. Not that it's much of a surprise, considering what you've been through. Actually, you were quite lucky that the sudden outburst of your glance didn't blow your head right off. By all that's holy, I won't start playing your tutor now. If you don't know about the basic functioning of magic, then read something from Balador Goldenstein. He's...
The glance on the sea of eventualities. Alongside, but apart from the reality we're in right now, exist countless other realities, in which some events have different outcomes, so to speak. A version of this very same room, for example, with the very same people in it, only that Meister Firespark's beard is on fire. And what defines an Arcanist, someone capable of magic, is that he or she can see those other realities and let parts of them come true.
Well, look at that, Jasper. You surprise me.
That's what I'm being paid for.
How powerful an Arcanist is depends on 3 factors. How far away are the eventualities that he can see, how well he can bring parts of them into our reality, and finally, how well his mind can handle seeing other realities simultaneously with ours. Lighting a candle is easier than calling a meteor from the sky, to speak plain inal, but as I said, read Goldenstein if you're interested in the topic. I'm not going to waste any time with lectures. Well, if that's what you want to believe, go for it. I, in any case, have never come across such a phenomenon in over 50 years of studying magic. And now we should...
It all begins with the dreams.
What the blasted blistering blazes? Does this room look like the bosom of a whore to you? Or what makes you think you can go around touching anything you get your fingers on? These documents are confidential, for heck's sake. I knew it was a mistake to hire a thug like you. Lashery always had a weakness for...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you telling me something about dreams that led you and Telor Renthiel here, didn't you, Meiser? And you told me that in this vision of yours, the Veiled Woman said this. It all begins with the dreams.
What? Is that true? Oh. Then this near-death experience you had before you woke up on the shore. Tell me again, what exactly did you see in it? A room? Well, this is strange indeed. Anyway, for now all that matters is that we get that magic of yours under control. Whatever you clairvoyanced back there is of no use to us if you're dead as a doornail in a couple of months. Well, that's usually a plodding process. The fever you feel is a result of your mind not being able to handle all of these possibilities, so to speak. The ritual the Enderalians practice to get the glance under control is called the Journey to the Water. Put frankly, it means 1 year of hour-long meditation, bland food, and abstinence from anything that makes life worth living. In due time, the Arcanist then learns to filter these other realities from ours, and the fever gets less and less. Anyhow, luckily enough, we Neremes know of a way to quicken that process. A shortcut, if you will. I'm not capable of performing it, but another one of us is. Her name is Lashery, and you should seek her out as soon as possible. There is indeed, and this reason is called ignorance. The Order's rituals haven't changed since the Lightborn slipped out of their cradles, and the Keepers do their best to keep anything progressive out of their country. But please, if you're up for a year of austerity and stern-faced magisters scolding you, go for it. I really don't care. She's currently in a ruin called Old Rashengrad, not far from Ark. Just tell her that I sent you. Give me that map of yours. Okay, now you'd have to be a total idiot to miss it. I recommend leaving for the ruin straight away. And you, Joseph, hopefully more than a bottle of honey wine and a hangover.
Бля, охуенный квест.
Quite a character, isn't he? But I like him somehow. Here, I owe you this for your help back in Riverville. And in case you're in the mood for a mug of ale and a good chat, with all that said, good luck mastering your magic, my fair lady. I'll see you around.
Плюс 6. Во время основного сюжета Enderal вас будет нужно встретиться с несколькими персонажами. Внимание, эти задания не будут доступны всегда. Если основной сюжет зайдет слишком далеко, сюжет линии отдельных персонажей становятся скрытыми. Не понял, подождите. Во время основного сюжета Enderal у вас будет возможность сблизиться с несколькими персонажами. Внимание, эти задания не будут доступны всегда. Если основной сюжет зайдет слишком далеко, сюжетные линии отдельных персонажей останутся скрытыми. Ничего не понял, но очень интересно. Угу. Каждый день как последний. Угу. Ясно. Пойдемте, знаете, куда сейчас? Я хочу вот этот квест выполнить. Вот этот. Последняя улыбка Коляна. Я вспомнил про него. Очень интересный квест, по-моему. Но до этого давайте еще сейчас. Вот это. Магистру надо рассказать о возвращении ученицы. И пойдем выполним крутой квест один. Один из крутых квестов. Так, сюжетку немножко продвинули. Окей. Немножко поняли, что происходит. Открыли вот эту область, храм солнца, интересную. Вот и магистр.
Walk blessed. Of course, sister. I guess I should be lenient with her.
Так.
Here, I think I owe you this for your time. Now, excuse me. We have a lot to do here.
Well met.
Так. Что здесь?
This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong.
Что сверху?
Yes. This is holy ground.
Так, идемте по квесту, да, интересному. Мне кажется, это самый интересный квест сейчас будет. На уровне сюжетки. Какая сложность там? Сложность неизвестна. Но я, кажется, уже прокачался, можно идти.
There you are. Ready? Tree. Oh, yeah, sure. The people down here call it the Weeping Tree. They believe that the Black Guardian, once a year, fulfills one of the wishes they write onto these notes. Superstitious nonsense, of course. They might as well send their wishes to the Blue Island Coalition. Either way, ready to set out? What do you think? Because we don't want to draw any attention. If somebody sees me walking around with you, it won't be the end of the... First a question. Have you ever heard of the Night of the Blind Daughters? A massacre that took place 20 years ago. It was at the Farmer's Coast, around midsummer. The farmers had just put out the lights after a long day's work. Suddenly, shrouded figures showed up out of nowhere, with steel masks covering their faces. They broke into the houses and killed anybody who dared to stand in their way. While they merely wreaked havoc on most of the farms, any family with a daughter between 12 and 16 winters was less lucky. All in all, these masked people took 10 daughters that night and carried them away. They were found 1 week later. They lay on the Penny Road, mutilated with their eyes sewn shut. One girl each mile. They tried, but the few farm boys who were there in time stood no chance. These masked attackers were assassins, as deadly as the petrified and as brutal as lost ones. To this very day, no one knows. However, there are theories. Do the names the Black Lieber and J.L. Tannerson ring a bell? The Butcher of Ark. Yes. Thing is, in this book he left behind, Tannerson claims to have been part of a cult called the Black Libra. Even nowadays there are still scholars that deny its existence. But according to Tannerson, they see themselves as some kind of counterbalancing power. They make sure that malice and sin, they don't gain the upper hand in this world, and that the scales of good and evil thus stay in balance. Well, this is where it gets bizarre. Normally, the Libra only kills people who have already sinned. Tyrants, rapists, murderers, and so on. Which is also why the attack on the Farmer's Coast didn't make any sense, and still doesn't for most people today. However, the father has a theory. Well, he does have an avid interest in them. Let's put it this way. He has dug up every little bit of information that there is. But we'll come to that later. According to the father, the Black Libra chooses their sinners through the dreams of some kind of a holy child. The dreams are interpreted by the Libra's priests who extract the names and faces of evildoers from them. However, the child doesn't just see people who have already sinned. She also sees evil in its inception. Thus, the Libra might decide to kill a boy before he becomes a tyrant, or a girl before she gives birth to a murderer. I know, it sounds insane, but that's what it is.
Типа вид будущих маньяков.
The child is omniscient. So it would seem, though according to the father, they wouldn't have just been ordinary murderers, but emissaries of the end. Whatever that may mean. Yes.
Пиздец. Бля, я поел шоколадку, терпите охота. Ребят. Ой, надо, походу, до кухни идти. Давайте сейчас схожу. Сейчас и быстро.
Simple. The father believes that the Black Libra knows the secret to transcendence. This is why he's been studying Tennyson's books.
Значит, у него есть книжки мясника.
Especially one in particular, in which he describes the initiation ritual he underwent to become one of their assassins. And I also think that this temple in the Frostcliff Mountains is somehow related to the Libra. Long story short, apparently the pages of Tennyson's original manuscript describing the initiation ritual in detail are forcefully torn out, and the father wants to find them. Right. And I happen to know the only person who might be able to tell us their whereabouts. A man named Carlian. Correct. He was also an assassin of the Libra, and Tennyson's mentor. In other words, an unscrupulous piece of shit that did nothing but murder people for decades. Guilty, innocent alike. According to the father, he was also the one who orchestrated the Night of the Blind Daughters. However, that massacre seems to have been too much even for his rotten conscience to bear, because he left the Libra shortly thereafter.
Реально?
He took on a new identity. He's been living as a beggar in the Undercity ever since. I saw him once. It's no wonder that nobody knows what kind of monster he is. He's gone completely insane. Drinks away every penny he gets his hands on. Exactly. If we bring them to the First Seer and I tell him how I couldn't have done it without you, he might consider hiring you for the expedition. That's the plan. Not the best one, certainly, but all we're getting.
Интересный квест.
Then we'll need to improvise. Let's just hope it doesn't come to that.
Давай. Капец, вот эти квесты топовые.
He currently lives in the communes. That is, if he isn't in some horse bed in the Silver Cloud right now or getting hammered in the false dark. I'll let you do the talking. It's unlikely that the First Seer will find out, but the more you actually help me on this mission, the more convincing our little story will be. And one more thing. Don't go easy on that scum. He might seem harmless now, but remember what he's done. And remember that those 10 mutilated girls on the Penny Road are just one more page in this man's book of sins.
Так. Это он, что ли? Или кто? Куда ты меня ведешь? Блин, сырок очень калорийный был, мне хреново даже стало. О, даже в голову дало. От сладости. Все. Доза сладкого выполнена. Больше не буду есть. Фу. Очень много сладкого. Меня сейчас даже тошнит от сладкого. Он вкусный был. Сгущеночка.
Well, look at that. Our friend has a visitor.
Да?
Get out of here.
What?
I said,
Ooh.
get out of here.
Ой.
We need 10 minutes. Afterwards, you can fuck as many men as you want.
Ребят, что это такое тут? Ой.
Of course, my lord. At once.
Неплохо, ребята. Уф. Oof.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Yes. Oh, I'll bring a bouquet of flowers next time. Never mind. Look at him. Pissed like a rat. A miracle he could even get it up. I sure as fuck don't want you to cuddle with him. And again, never forget what this man did. What? It is. Why? Well, actually, it's simple. Everybody who lives, this applies to everybody, from beggar to crime. That's an exception. On the contrary, the Order, they take care on the shiny surface, and the Relata, you mean when it comes to killing cocky bandits and vampires? Quite powerful. Of course, in a fair duel with a keeper, most voices would probably end up in the dirt. That's a bloody stupid... Okay, let's assume for a moment that we don't intervene and kill the father on the expedition. There are... Number one, it goes wrong and he and whoever follows him inside all die. This is the only case where you're right. Then we'd have a spectral murderer floating through the world possessing powers we can't even begin to... Then we might have missed the only chance to even get close enough to kill him. You get my point? It's too much of a risk to sit on our hands. Why?
Ролаим.
I can give you the essentials, but beyond that, I can above all else to leave your old life behind you. All contact is buried, all bridges. If you conscribe yourself to the Relata, the Relas and its teachings are your new life, and the Relaim your new family. Everything you do, everything you think, everything you dream.
Я разговариваю со стеной, если
the goal of achieving transcendence. Liberation from the human body. Since the father founded it 400 years ago. Correct.
Нихуя.
Nobody knows. But I would guess it had something to do with his experiments.
Колдун?
All those children's corpses must have been good for something, don't you think? This and that. Most of the time I'm busy reminding the residents of the Undercity to pay anything from a clout to the ear to a knife between the ribs. All right. Two things. First of all, I've killed no more than a handful of people for the Relata. And believe me, it takes a lot for the Relata to order the death sentence for someone. They are criminals, yes, and they are led by a monster. If every misdemeanor were to be punished by decapitation, it wouldn't be long until there'd be... Secondly, nothing in life comes for free. The death of the father could be worth 100 dead cutthroats, and I'd put arrows into each of their chests if it would get me any closer to my goal. Call it what you will. Glad. You can trust me on one thing, though. Killing these people, it didn't come easy. Sad as it is, the world needs people like me. All these do-gooders who think they could fight evil without getting their hands... The monsters of this world, the murderers, the tyrants. You need to speak their language if you want to be a threat to them. Everything else is a delusion.
Ясно. Найлак, маньяк. Вставай, маньячела. Маньячок.
Yeah, who are you? Nylok is tired. Nylok needs sleep. Kalian? No. Kalian is dead. You're talking to Nylok, his shadow. Oh, of course. Nylok understands. You remind him of Kalian when he still lived. So much anger in you, so much hatred.
Ебать, весь в рунах.
Kalian knew this feeling too well. This anger, this cold, rotten wrath. And then the dream came and showed him his calling. But he was so blind, He didn't see where the road led him. Only when those little flowers' corpses lay dead in the dust did he see. See what he had done, what he had become. Now Kalian has been punished. He's dead, and Nalok deserves to suffer for eternity. How much? He doesn't remember. He always drinks when he has the coin for it. He sniffs, and sometimes, when the people are generous, he buys himself a night with Anna. They're the deeds of a coward, and he knows it. But the brandy, the dust, and Anna, they help him forget. Help him ease the pain. Regret. No, Kalian had regrets, yes, but Nalok isn't worthy of these feelings anymore. So he hates. He hates himself, hates his pathetic existence, hates himself for all the suffering his old skin brought upon the world. I told you! Because Nylok buried his old skin. The Libra doesn't care about Nylok. Why should they? He's vermin. Why? Because the decrees demanded it. And the decrees don't lie. They never did. And they never... Aren't you listening? The decrees don't lie. Those little flowers had to die because
Мне тебя сейчас убить или попозже?
something terrible would have happened. Kalian knew. Nylok still knows. But still, it broke him. All their pain, their tears, their suffering, the decrees never lie. Pages. Nalok doesn't know what you mean. Now please, go.
Сразу, заднее.
All right. Let me rephrase my friend's words. You stop playing confused oracle and fucking tell us what we want to know now. And then maybe, just maybe, we'll let you live. Are we clear?
But Nalok just...
Are we clear?
Yes, sir. Nalok understands. Please forgive him. So, the pages. Yes, of course, the pages. Nalok remembers. Kalian tore them from Tannerson's book before the world could see them. No! I told you! I told you! So why are you not listening? Oh, no. He's sorry. Please, don't hurt him. So, the pages.
He's gone.
Yes, of course, the pages. Nalok remembers. Kalian tore them from Tannerson's book before the world could see them.
He's created a new persona without all the blood on his hands. That is, unless he's lying.
What? Why? Why should Nylok lie? What? Why? Why should Nylok lie? How long? Years? Decades? He doesn't know. Yes, of course. But tell me, what do you want with them? You won't be able to read them. Because they're written in the language of the Libra. Even Kalian couldn't read a single word of them. Isn't it obvious? Because something else guided Tannerson's hand when he wrote them. Nalok doesn't have a choice, does he? The pages, he buried them. But tell him, my dam, if he shows you the pages, could you... Well, Nalok is hungry, Nalok is thirsty, and he has no more
Посол...
But... Good. Nalok understands. And maybe you're right. You treat him like what he is. Vermin. Human waste.
Это чтобы одобрение у меня получить.
Follow.
У Найлока. Третья сложность, смотрите, третья. То есть тут можно отсосать. На секундочку. Будьте готовы, можно отсосать, ребята. Вы же готовы к этому? Бля, у меня факела кончились, пацаны. Пацаны, у меня кончились. Ой, извиняюсь, факела кончились. Хрусти, кстати, здесь, но вроде бы, наверное, уснул под стрим.
Your face. You seem familiar. Are you certain that you have never met Nalok before?
How would I know? Maybe This is the way to the tar pit. Are you sure that's where we're supposed to be going? I warn you, if this is a trap...
It's not, my sir. Nylock is vermin, but he knows when he has to obey. You can trust him.
I won't. But fine.
Это чуть... О, господи.
Hold it right there, old man. Where do you think you're going? You're a little too old for digging.
He belongs to us. We're acting under the Father's orders.
Brother Wrath, from ashes to blood, from blood to liberation. I didn't recognize you. Forgive me.
Ча.
From ashes to blood, from blood to liberation. Let us throw.
Of course. Father's blessings.
Бля, он расслить нас может.
Keep going, scum.
Yes, of course.
Скам. Это мразь. Я думаю, скам это обман. А скам это мразь. Камера есть в чатике? Пацаны, плюсните там где-нибудь. Скам. Мне кажется, он нас в ловушку ведет. Что-то мне подсказывает.
Yes, we're here. This is where he buried the pages.
The deserted tunnels. We should be wary. There are a lot of lowlifes down here.
Реально отбросы. ВТФ. Ва. Хуя вы танцоры. А что, Тарель умереть, что ли, может? Вы издеваетесь? Ладно я, но если он может умереть, то это бред. Ебать там народу, блядь. Жесть, кринж. Вы не говорите, что он может умереть? Да не. Не может быть такого. Пацаны, я в скрытности. Простите. Нихуя себе. Орабая? Фига. Они так выглядят? Жесть. Орабая, прикольно. Или кринж. Что такое, что такое? Лавис. Ты мне расскажешь об этом в тачке. Что такое, что такое? Fuck slaves. Что такое ебать рабов? Словно перевод, ребят, кому надо.
There. Back there. That's where he buried his old skin. Please, my sir. You need to just take these last few steps alone. Naylock can't. He just can't.
Is this a trap?
What? No, of course not. It's just... Naylock can't. Don't you understand? To see him after all this time? No, kill Naylock if you don't believe him, but he will stay.
Fine.
Это ловушка.
You go on ahead.
Это ловушка. Это ловушка, да, я так и думал. Это ловушка. Вот эти хуесосы. Я помню их, я их убивал уже. Ты заплатишь за это. А чё вы, блядь, какие-то безобидные все? Даже смешно мне как-то. А чем вы занимаетесь? О, лук, да? Гря! Вы там? Давай. Ну, если у нас наебал, ты виноват, если что, ладно? Шахту в поисках старого скелета. Скелета, говоришь, найти надо? О, психоз, 5 ранг. Ага, нашел что-то новенькое. Книжку. Кстати, я ее не заметил в прошлый раз. Класс. Скелета найти надо, да? Что такое, что такое? Лавис. Расскажешь мне в этом тачке. Что такое, что такое? Лавис. Бля, они все отреспавнились, хуилы. Очень интересно убивать одно и то же. Бля, где скелет найти? Он не пошел дальше, кстати, со мной. А где скелет-то? Я что-то его не вижу. Скелет, говоришь? В мешке, может быть? Или в бочке? А как по-другому-то? А, вот он.
Yeah. Well, that looks promising. Then I guess we need to dig. Come help me.
Dig.
Here we go. This must be it. Pretty big. What the blazes did he put in there? What's that smell? What the?
Ебать.
You mean this body is... Nonsense. You want to know what I think? This is probably some poor sod that crossed this lunatic's path at the wrong time. So we put him right into the crate with the pages. Oh, fuck if I know. We're talking about a man who murdered 10 girls in cold blood. I think you'd be well advised to stop trying to apply logic to his thinking. Right you are. Oh, shit.
После улыбка Калиана. Древняя маска, кошелек с монетами, пачка утерянных страниц. Back to Калиан. Fuck my pussy. Хе-хе-хе. Так, ладно. А где он? А, сидит.
Get up, scum.
My search.
Писец. Поднимайся, мразь.
You were looking for, didn't you? You can tell by your eyes.
We found the pages and something else. Whose corpse is in that chest?
What? But he told you, didn't he? It's Kalian. Naylock buried him. Yes. He said it before, didn't he? Kalian couldn't continue to live in this shell after what he did, so he shed it and gave birth to Naylock. And Naylock buried him, together with the memories. You don't believe, but it's the truth. The simple truth. You two, more than anyone else, should understand.
Sure. Either way, we have what we wanted. And now it's time for you to pay for your crimes, Carlian. It's been long overdue.
What? But you said that you'd
Бля,
spare him
как-то
if he'd
жестко.
show you the pages.
We said that we would think about it. And guess what? I did. You're a murderer, Carlian. And you've killed more people than I can count.
Самосуд.
Men, women, and children. And you know what? This whole act about how remorseful you are. I'm not buying it.
Как же он
Yes, you
жесток.
drank your bloody brains into oblivion, but ultimately, the only one you truly pity is yourself. Shut up. What? And to you, that's all that matters. This is about justice. I thought you'd be bright enough to understand that. Yes. Any luck?
Так, давайте по максималке. Что? Блять, понятно.
Words.
Letho.
What?
Naylock remembers. By the name of the sun, you were in the refuge orphanage, you and your
Oh.
friend Letho.
What do you know about the refuge?
He... Back then, before the flesh maggot plague, when Naylock was still strong, the Kyranian woman who ran the orphanage gave him work. Don't you remember? He carried crates, he cleaned the floor, he cooked.
That was you? Uncle Naylock?
Yes, that's what you called him, Uncle Naylock. By the Guardians, it's been so long, but he remembers it all now. You and your friend, you were inseparable. Until...
You're right. I do remember.
What?
You were there when they took us. Worse, you helped them.
Нихуя.
What did she pay you, that old cunt? Huh? Carrying crates? Selling children to the Rolada? All the same, isn't it?
No, what? Naylock doesn't understand. He only...
Let's go. Yeah. His face seemed familiar, but I just couldn't... Yeah. We called him Uncle Naylock. Shagun, the matron, gave him work as a ghost. Can you believe it? A former serial killer working in an orphanage. Apparently I know it. He'd been there the night it happened. One of us, Wilma, she refused to go. She screamed and kicked. But Naylock held her while one of the father's voices gave her a sleeping potion. That fucking piece of shit. It doesn't matter.
Твой друг.
Well, as I said, we're done here. Next we need to bring the pages to the first seer. Before we do that, though, we need to discuss a couple of things. Meet me in my hideout tomorrow morning, alright? It's a small abandoned warehouse. There's an old poster of the theater right next to the door. That's how you recognize it. The dark corners of our minds. Because the risk's a lot higher that somebody will see us. Until then.
Жестко. Собаки, собачья смерть. Утерянные страницы мясника из арка. Мы идем по стопам этого маньяка. Блин, классный квест, ребят, согласитесь. Вообще топ. Найлок, прощай, ублюдок. Собаке собачья смерть. Такая поговорка у меня есть. Собаке собачья смерть. Жестоко, я знаю, но справедливо. Дать ему день, да, говорите? Yes. 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 No. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Ha 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 ha. No. Три человека смотрят за моим кринжем. Спасибо, ребята. Я вас люблю.
Madame?
А где он? Убежище, говорите? Это что ли? А, да, сарай.
There you are. I was beginning to wonder whether you got cold feet. What? No, on the contrary. Even though us voices have a lot of privileges within the Relata, we're still under constant observation, just like the Scions and the Acolytes. If I were to leave town without any reason, that would raise more suspicion than just dropping off the grid for a couple of hours down here. Well, that's the plan. But as I said, we will have to discuss a couple of things first. And please listen carefully, even if it sounds boring. If we blow our cover, then it will not just be the end of our plan, but also the end of the two of us. So, the Ralata has a holy scripture called the Ralas, or the Book Out of the Ashes. Its verses are the commandments of every Ralaim.
Альбеда, меня это не касается.
It affects you because there are a couple of rules that you have to abide by once we're inside the temple. To infringe them is a crude sign of disrespect.
Альбеда.
No mercenary who values his life would do that. In other words, if we want nobody to get wind of our plan, you'll need to fit in. Number 1, never talk to an acolyte, or voice, or seer if they don't address you first. As a mercenary, you're at the bottom of the hierarchy, on one level with the Scions. Alright, I got it. First of all, because it'll lower the chances that the first seer will consider you for the mission, and secondly, because it risks our cover. By their garments. Scions wear plain robes, and sometimes hoods. Acolytes wear the purple robes of the Relata with their distinctive sun pattern. Seers wear similar robes, only more ornate. Voices wear the same armor that I wear. Rule number 2, wear this, or a helmet, whenever you enter the temple. The Relata detests the display of the body, as all corporeality. Nobody will attack you if you enter the temple unveiled, but it will make people suspicious. And finally, rule number 3. Do not openly talk about the father. It's considered blasphemy. You most likely won't see him before the expedition anyways. There are a lame down there that have been committed to the Relas for 20 years now, and never saw... I guess I saw him more than once as he experimented on my body as a child, but if you're referring to my time at the Relada...
Different. A lot more different from how you would probably picture him.
How would I know? It's a rule. And we all know how much religious people love following rules without questioning them. I'm sure the father had his reasons. It binds us to the physical plane. Yeah, one more thing. In case the first seer asks, you contacted me, not the other way around. You heard the rumor that the father is looking for the lost pages, and a man named Rezio Doran gave you the tip about Carlian. You then contacted me and the false dog, and we went to get the pages together. Either way, enough of the talking. I informed the first seer of our coming, and like any sleeper, you will be tested by another voice in front of the temple. A person who hasn't seen the truth yet. In other words, everybody who's not a Relame. Follow me.
А ты где? Погнали. На самом деле я загружусь и не хочу с ним руинить отношения. Я что-то это... Или похуй. Похуй, ладно. Лень, блять, мне это делать все.
A foreigner, huh? What a surprise.
Yes.
Блять.
Bloody steel
Woman
crabs.
thinks she's
Always
Vatira
running up
incarnate.
Как же они долго идут, это пиздец. Ужас.
We're watching you, sleeper. Always.
All right, almost there.
Well, must be exhausting to watch us working our asses off, Sunchild.
Кто здесь должен появиться?
Hard work pays off. Yeah, right.
Анимации даже есть.
Yes.
Brother Sorrow.
Brother Wrath. From ashes to blood. From
Нихуя.
blood to liberation. Is this the sleeper?
Yes,
She knows the rules.
of course.
Good. Hold still. Interesting. You may enter.
Thank you, brother.
Father's blessings.
Well, that was strange. Ah, right. The short version. Once you devote your life to the Relas, you need to take on a new name. Relame always call each other by their new names, but we voices often use our dead names in the outside world. Hardly. Most people don't like talking about their lives before the Relata. Every emotion is a weakness. Joy, greed, lust, scorn. According to the Relas, everything that is human is another obstacle on the way to transcendence. This man, he wasn't just any voice. He was the Father's right hand, Brother Sorrow. I know, he's always been like that. But don't underestimate him. This man is a monster. I once saw him fight 4 thugs at once who thought it was... He decapitated one of them, broke another one's face, and cut down the remaining 2 with a single... Most Relame do. Complete veiling isn't required, but it's considered a sign of religious devotion. Good question. Let's just stay on our guard. Yes.
Может, отец предвидел, что ты хочешь его предать? Ты об этом не думал, дружище? Херовое, бля, место.
Rialta Shara.
А, я одежду надел, что ли? Вот. А кто мне... А, да, реально. Наследник крылаты. Сестра зависть.
First seer. From ashes to blood, from blood to liberation.
Ah, Brother Wrath. Is this our visitor?
Yes, First Seer. She helped me find the lost pages.
Interesting. Show me. Interesting. Tell me, how did you know that the Father is looking for these? I see. And how did you meet Brother Wrath? Also through your contact? It is indeed. Well then, I am Brother Longing, or to you, the First Seer. I assume Brother Wrath promised you a reward for these.
I have 300 pennies.
Good. Then go up to the tower and talk to Sister Envy. She will pay you. Brother Wrath, will you escort our guest back outside?
If that is your wish, then yes, First Seer.
What do you mean by that?
I was thinking... irrelevant. Father's blessings, First Seer. Thank you for your time.
Speak.
Well, the expedition. You said that the Father ordered you to find capable mercenaries. Treasure hunters.
I understand. You think she'd be a fitting candidate? I fail to see any magical talent in her, however. Why do you think she could be of use to us? We have enough leg breakers already.
Fair point, First Seer. I'm sorry.
Fine then. We actually have enough mercenaries already, but you seem to be more capable than the scum that usually runs the Undercity's alleys. However, before I recommend you to the Father, I want you to prove yourself. Brother Greed. Sister Pride, is she still in the Light Grove? Good. Then escort this woman into the Dark Valley. I want you to kill someone for us. Sister Pride. A voice who has betrayed us. Bring me her heart, and I'll consider recommending you to the Father. And I believe my instructions were quite clear. Not for this mission, no, but as I said, if you succeed, I will... As I said, she betrayed us, correct? She fled into a cave, probably hoping that we wouldn't find her there. Brother Greed will show you the way. Good luck. And you, Brother Wrath, will stay. There is something we need to discuss.
Дружище, я вас немножко поворую, ладно? Вы не против, мужики?
A stranger. What brings you? Show 300 pennies. And just what in the Father's name did you do to earn such copious pay? Here's your money. Good luck. Not much, but if it's scrolls and potions you're after, I might be able to help. Here, take a look.
Нихуя, она богатая. Смотрите, сколько у нее денег. Ебать, ну нихуя тут у них бабок. Они ворованно еще покупают. Я в шоке.
What do you need?
Что продаешь? А где легендарные артефакты тут всякие? Да ну ты какая-то, блядь, типичная какая-то. Продает 3 мифических существа из 5, да? Что-то какое-то, блядь, ты говно продаешь, ёбаная подружка. А теперь я хочу тут все обворовать.
He wouldn't just run away like that. You knew him.
Well, maybe I didn't. Maybe none of us did. Maybe he was like Sister Pride after all.
Don't say that. You know that's not true.
You're right. I just hope we'll find him.
Well, keep walking, Sunchild.
Isn't this nice? A Sunchild graces us with its presence. Conduct yourself, will you? This isn't the upper city. Would you look at that? Rala. What?
Uh-huh.
We're watching you, sleeper. Always. I beg you, brother, just fight.
Go. No.
Пусти меня сюда. А там, видимо, отец. Дайте мне вас обворовать, ладно? Думаю, никто против не будет. Я тут все обворую хорошенько. Ой, какие люди редкие. Вору самой Ролаты. Ха, забавно.
Hey, you there. Sleeper. Do you have a second? What? No, to that lovely wall right behind you. Come, follow.
Come.
There's something we need to talk about.
А ты чё без уголовного убора?
All right, this is better. You're a mercenary, aren't you? You're the one who found the missing pages. Well, cuz, I could use your help. What do you mean? Of course we are. Though it might be wise not to go around telling everyone. You as a sleeper, simple. I want you to find something for me. Relics, old civilization. None of your business. Fine. It's been a year since I accepted the Relas as the only truth. But, for some reason, it's no secret that the father has a vivid interest in ancient civilizations, so... Well... Alright, this is better. Well, cuz... Simple. I want you to find something for... Well, guess what? Not all of us grew up in rat shit and guano. I'm not from the... Well done. Why did I leave my oath? Because it's nonsense. Empty, asinine nonsense. The bourgeois try to drown the point, whereas the godlambs tell each other and the populace lies about the oh-so-glorious eternal paths, where we can all... They do. Which doesn't prevent the scion from stashing away I don't have parents anymore. The Relata is my family. I haven't heard from them. However, since Brother Greed sent the 2 bullies they hired to bring me back to the upper city, back with their arms and legs broken. Oh, and just how am I supposed to do that? Should I just strip off my robes and sort out if... And, even though I'm grateful for your spiritual advice, I didn't anything related to the old civilizations. Stalling technology, just come back here once you've found something, and I'll buy it for a price none of the merchants will offer you. Understood? Good. I'll be waiting. Yeah? Had any luck? Good.
Это что ли?
Here. This should compensate you for
О,
your...
нихуя себе. Понял тебя. А на гоу убивать сестру гордыню.
A stranger. What brings you here?
Ой, я тоже? Бесплатно? Ой, хорошо. Подсказка брата алчность. Мы считаем, что... Третье слово у нас... Ага. Что у нас скрылось в большой пещере на название Светлой Рощи, когда потом отсюда... Сейчас я буду здесь. Светлая Роща. Так я там был? А, я не был в ней. Я как раз таки на ней и остановился, ребята. Вот это совпадение. What? А. Понял. Понял, брат. Один удар. Я тебя тоже люблю. Как раз таки мы здесь и остановились исследовать мир. Как раз таки вот тут, на световой роще. Вот это совпадение, пиздец, вау. Да как вы меня, блядь, видите, олени? Брамью! Хуям you. Файт. One versus... Ох ты, сучка. Хитрая какая, блядь. Думаешь, ты сильнее меня? You like that? You like that? Нравится ли тебе это? You like that? А, ты застрял в текстуре, брат? Понял. Бывает. А где это у меня, кстати, я, по-моему, изучал... О, призыв Орабайи. 135 стоит. Блин, я так-то хочу. Гуману качать. Гуману. Я хочу Орабаю призывать на всю эту хуйнюшку. Призывать крутых существ. На помощь. Даже сейчас будет попроще. Там, меня там никто не видит. Все слепые куски дерьма ебаного. Идем убивать предательницу. Ой, блядь. Брат, я случайно. Scratch. Just a scratch. Как ты меня сквозь невидимость? У тебя, блядь, зрение какое-то там, типа. Lucky bitch. Трусливая сука. Бля, других загорел случайно. A scratch.
Lucky hit.
Lucky bitch. Yeah, it's me. Так, там чё? Маг? Ведьмак? Ого! Звучит... А как кайфово-то звучит, ведьмак. Ведьмачок что-то, блядь, быстро сдулся, пацаны. Что-то ведьмачок хуёвый оказался. Но посохи дорогие у него. Сейчас приду. Так, а здесь, ну что ж, на что мы остановились? Потому что я убил этого ведьмака. Бля, ведьмак... Ведьмак уже не тот, парни. Ведьмак уже не тот. О, комплект ищейки, кстати. По-моему, ищейка это норм комплект. Да, ух ты, фига себе. Да, мощный комплект, нифига селки. Блин, мощно, мощно. Эхо падшего. Ну, это уже дерьмо. Страница.
16th of the Conquering, 8233. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy, and they all know. They know, but they act like they don't.
Это чё? А. Ясно. Надо страницу ее дневника искать еще. Очень интересно. Хуй, их еще хуй найдешь, вот, блядь. Вот это меня не радует. Одно дело задание, а другое... А, ребят, вообще кто-нибудь сейчас смотрит мой стрим? Вообще, ребят. 3 человека, кто меня сейчас смотрит. Ребят, кто здесь? Ребятки, просьба. Кто? Кто на стриме? Я отошел в туалет, все равно 3 зрителя, ни хрена себе. Что-то новое. Либо все спят под мой стрим, либо чё, я не знаю. Походу 3 зрителя. И реально все спят. Либо в ФК. Забавно. Походу я реально один. Forever alone. Бля, где это блядина оставил эти записи-то, ебаный, ебаный. Химия адепт, наверное, тут. Я бы здесь оставил. Будь я разработчиком. Зиписьки. Зиписечки. Где зиписечки? Опять где-то в очевидном месте, где я не вижу, да? Ай, угадал. Sometimes I pulling so hard and I rip the skin. Sometimes, okay? Not often, sometimes. Бля, я так облизываю каждый уголочек, блядь, бесполезно. Блин, Хрустик. Вернись, Хрустик. Ребята. Мне есть с кем поговорить. Я бы хочу с кем-нибудь поговорить. Бля, вот это хуёвая идея мне что-то подсказывает. То, что я сейчас делаю. Бля, прям к этой тёлке пришел. Не, давай пока не к ней. Найсбаги. Случайно. Невидимая стена. О, они меня еще и видят. Прикольно. Полетел. Обмен. Навык легкой брони, кстати, реально повысился. Ой. 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 Ты попал в текстурку, а я нет, лох. Лошара. А кто меня видит-то? Для кого я вин? Меня здесь нет. Если что. Ищем записки дальше. Стрела звездников. Ищем записки дальше. Стопка монет. Большой камень душ. Ищем пиписьки дальше. Да как вы меня видите-то в темноте, ёбаный в рот? Да как так-то? Я вот это вообще не пойму. Как они меня стали видеть? Вообще не пойму. И все ведь меня видят прям в упор. Из-за света, что ли? Пи. Да. Беда. Я хотел сказать. Куда я стреляю? Сейчас буду понимать. Лаки панч. Ключ к спальням. А где записки-то, сука? Я ради чего, блядь, сюда приперся? Где-то, сука, эти записки, блядь, прячь так хорошо. Сучка ёбаная. Недоёбаная. Я хуй знает, не могу. А, он нашел.
First of the golden moon, 8233. I can't bear it any longer. Father, Malphus, fate, or whoever is listening, save me, or I will break.
And I will break. Или я сломаюсь. I will break. Грустно. Если вдруг меня не станет, бэби. Бэ. Так, наверное, будет даже легче. Бэ. Охуенные слова в песне. Б. Где, блядь, третья записка? Как ебать? Что понимать? Кто я? Где я? Ну, очевидно, она должна быть где-то вот в этой области. Вот тут. Иди нахуй. Вот тут, где-то вот тут. А где? Как ебать? Как понимать? Или может на ее трупе? Да, скоро спать уже надо идти. Ай. Может быть, где-то тут. Не исключено. Тут где-нибудь записка быть. Да хуй его знает. Я не знаю, где эта записка. Записюлька. Мне кажется, где-то тут. А где, я не вижу. Я, блядь, слепой. Я... Ну как видеть? Как видеть? Как? Как видеть? Она по-любому здесь. Я вам, блядь, реально отвечаю. Эта записка по-любому здесь. Ну это, блядь, логично. Это логично. Logical. В наших тенях. Страница дневника Несса. Так. Угу. А, нет, не здесь. Я был неправ. Но я оказался неправ, оказывается. Теперь я знаю, что... Там, так, там я нашел. Где? На самом верху лестничной площадки. Да, ну нахуй, wait a minute. Да ну, блядь. Где? Здесь. Я не заметил, что здесь есть продолжение. Да. Ну забейте, блядь, это нереально найти. Это пиздец.
7th of the Fundament, 8233. Father, hear my prayer. Make me see them again. Make me see them.
Все понятно, теперь мы узнали о ней, го ее ёбнем. С ней поговорить нельзя, интересно? Просто, может, ее можешь как-то... Можно не убивать?
What? Who are you? No, wait. Don't say anything. You're my punishment, aren't you? You're here to kill me. The faces. I just couldn't bear them any longer. I couldn't. None! At first, I thought it would pass, you know? That it's just a disease, like the fever. But it didn't. It only got worse. First this strangeness, then the faces. This feeling that I wasn't myself. That Sister Pride, Nessa, is only a puppet who thinks she is real. Me, my name, before the Father showed me the Ralas. It started 2 years ago. Sometimes, when I talk to people, their faces began to... At first I thought I was ill, so I drank grunt root every day, but it never got better. Only worse. Everything started to melt. First the nose, then the eyes, then the mouth, until there was nothing left but a smooth, egg-shaped piece of skin. Yes, it doesn't help with the strangeness, but at least I don't have to see faces anymore. No, of course not. Had they found out, then the Father would have left me behind on the Day of Transcendence. And I couldn't let that happen. Don't you understand? Why? Because I was weak. Angry and weak. I thought, if only... Of course they didn't. Because I was the problem to begin with. My faith was... And that is why I need to die. I finally accepted it. Everything. All this time, I was a bad Ralayim. I sinned again and again. I succumbed to my body, just as the sleepers do. And it corrupted my mind. I don't want to talk about it. Everything. All the... Of course you don't. Because you're asleep. Everything. All this time. Of course you don't. Because you're a sleeper. But didn't the Father tell you to? No, there isn't. And even if there were, I wouldn't want it. This is my... If you want to help me, then help me sleep. And make it painless.
Да. Найдите человеческое сердце для брата, алчность, убейте сестру, гордыню, покажите ее сердце. Что-то я не хочу ее убивать. Мне нужно сердце. Блять, оно у меня есть, но мне надо далеко за ним идти. Го, обманем его. Да они, блядь, нихуя не поймут, блядь, вообще в жизни. Что я сделал, что и нет. Го наебем.
Huh? Can I help you?
Я, блядь, я без доспехов, ребята, все это время бегаю. Ёбаный в рот. Пиздец, идиот. Да, блядь. Брат алчность, я попробую тебя сейчас наебать. Братишка алчность, иди сюда. Надеюсь, я тебя смогу обмануть. Так, что она мне скажет? Что она мне даст награду? За то, что я ее пощадил. Ну-ка, мне просто интересно, может, она меня реально отблагодарит. Скажу, что все обошлось. Нет. Даже нет диалога после этого всего. Кринж. Так, надеюсь, они не заметят обман. Очень сильно надеюсь. То есть не заметят.
Would you look at that? The mercenary Why? Would you ask? Let me put it this way. How can one overcome a vice? The more we eat, the more we feel, the more we copulate, the more we identify. The false gods, the lot of them. Mages who are being You see, their faith is hollow. Death is the end of existence. And anyone who hasn't succeeded in that's a long story, and discussing it would show me. Interesting. Well then, you upheld your end of the bargain, so I'll do the same. I don't care. She gave herself to the Ralas, to the Father, and she betrayed us. The punishment for this is death. End of story. The Father will. We will contact you once he has made his decision. Now leave.
О, телепортация в храм Ралаты. Старые раны. Тараэль. Где возможно, парни, поспать? Неужели вы не спите, блядь? Не говорите мне только этого. В жизни, блядь, не поверю. Шаман Годзилла.
Yeah, it's not as if I didn't tell them that already.
Madame?
My dame.
You there! Wait! I think I have a letter for you. At least I think it's you. You look just... Well, the mice here also said you'd pay me 10 pennies for the delivery. He didn't have it... Whoa! Thank you! Malphus bless you and safe travels!
Бля, я помню, что ли, где-то укрытие, идиот, блядь. Сука. Укрытие, говоришь, да? Я, блядь, реально помню, где это. Серьезно. А, все, вспомнил. Опа.
Did you kill her? Damn it. Why didn't you do it? Oh, really? Then you have an interesting definition of innocence. How do you think Sister Pride... The chances are 50-50 that the whole thing will leak out. You might have fooled the first seer. You've endangered our mission. Honestly, I'm starting to question my decision to hire you. The first seer seemed suspicious after you left. But I guess there's no... Faces? Huh. What should I make of it? I'm not an apothecary. Maybe she hit the dust. Now, if we're unlucky, that's where our plan will end. However, there's something else I might need your help with in the 250 pennies. More than enough. It's with the refuge. Yeah. I told you that well, I only... The reason why I'm going... And who knows? Maybe. I hope so. Thing is... Exactly. So, let's...
Ну, я сейчас просто не скажу. Я тебя, значит, тоже буду обманывать. Просто не одобряешь все, что я делаю.
Did you kill her? Good. You know, Nessa joined the Relata only shortly after me, and now she's dead. That feels close. I didn't say we were close. She was a murderer, just like all those lunatic bastards. Oh, faces. Huh. What should I make of it? I'm not an apothecary. Now, if we're unlucky, that's where I'll... However, there's something else I might need. 250 pennies. More than enough. It's with the refuge. Yeah. I told you that Shagun, the matron of that... Well, I only learned that recently. I used to think that the Relata forced Shagun to give us away. The reason why I'm going back, and who knows, maybe we'll also find more about what the father actually did with us. I hope so. It was closed down after the flesh maggot plague killed Shagun. So her document... Thing is, ever since the Red Madness, the place has been crawling with lost ones. Exactly. I'd probably be able... So, let's meet at the marketplace. Right in front of Zorkben and Sons. I'll make some preparations.
What do you want?
Бля, почему нет кнопки ожиданий? А.
What do you want?
Ready?
Cock at me.
Good.
Just leave. Please.
That bloody wench thinks she's Vatring. Shield King's coming to soon.
Пауки. Драугры, зараженные личинки. Ого. Выглядит мега опасно. Фармил опытом. Не чувствую. знаю даже от чего. Позор. Я все зачистил, дружище, ты где? Ты заебал. Хуесос. Заебал глючить.
We should... Wait. What in blazes is that? Never mind. Sorry. Shagun's office should be on the first floor. Let's take a look around.
Пиздец, блять. Ты где, хуесос? Ты где, блядь? Бля, мне уже не нравится квест. Колян. Охуенно, блядь. 10 на 10. Звал дядя Богдана. Плюс еще один символ. А что будет, если я все найду? Мне какую-то фиксированную награду дадут? Или по головке погладят? Есть сказать, что все-таки, блядь, забагался квест, да? Охуенно, блядь, заебись. Охуенно как. Класс. Кабинет, говоришь, на первом этаже. Так вот он. Ёбаные баги, блядь. Блядь, что? Почему так хуёвая работает тут искусственный интеллект у NPC? Где этот ебаный Тараэль? Где он? Где? Блядь, Господи Иисусе, нахуй. Что за кринж?
What?
Что с тобой, бля?
We should... Wait. What? Never mind. Sorry. Shagun's office should be on the first floor. Let's take a look around.
Ёбаный, блядь, непись. О, отлагал. Да ну. Заново все лутать, конечно. Из этого хуесоса, блядь. Чмо, блядь, ебаное. Тут один и тот же, понятно.
Nothing's changed.
Мясник. Из Харбора.
All right, here we are. Stock lists, spendings, earnings. She did. If I remember one thing, then it's how obsessed that old cunt was with her lists. So, if she really did sell children to the father over all the... A hidden... Everybody down here has hidden safes. Even if the house was under the... Even I can remember at least... They just came in, made a ruckus, and took whatever they could get their hands on. Eventually, Shagun even... No. No, but I'm pretty sure that they're here in the orphanage. I say we split up. You check the kitchen, the cellar, and the stuff. Hidden switches, false bottoms, the usual. So will I. Everybody down here has hidden safes. Even if the house was under the protection of the Relata, there'd still be an occasional raid.
Что за хуйня? Кто здесь? Ебать. Блять, не надо. Может, поможешь, дружище? А, тебя уже тут нет.
Enemy!
Пиздато. 10 из 10. Enemy. Так кто? Вы заебали. Ой, блядь. Бля, самыми хуевыми стрелами стреляю все это время, бля, просто красавчик, реально. Надо вот такими стрелами стрелять уже. Вот, нормальный ДПС. По соточке. То есть хотите сказать, что у них пока сорю хп? Реалистично. Реалистично нет. Бля, я нихуя не вижу. Приходится включать свет. Мурат безликий. Тот самый Мурат, который скамил таксиста. То есть крайне большой дополнительный урон во время критического удара выпускает психическую ударную волну. Понял. Я думал, тот самый Мурат, который скамил таксиста на 100 рублей или сколько там. Яндекс Такси или Убер, что он там, где там. Изи, так улыбается он. Как этот гроб. Как оборотень, такие забуня. Ну, фрик. Фрик вкратце. Ёбаный фрик. Тут нычка, да? Секретные места. Бля, ну эти секретные места реально секретные. И хуй найдешь, потому что разрабы... Разрабы умеют, блядь, тайники тут делать. Тоже своего рода хуесосы. Чё, где тайник? Ой, бля. Пиздец. Мне сейчас тут тайник искать, блядь, полвека. Всем ебанулись, блядь. Да, тут шкатулка-то должна быть. Мурат безликий. Охуенный. Где ваша знаменитая нычка? Блять. Куда же это, блядь, старая манда, блядь, спрятала все это? Очевидно, что какой-нибудь гроб, наверное. Вот где? Блять. Где тайники? Я не ебу. На потолке в углу. Это что ли? Пиздец, ну это вообще... Это impossible, guys. Это невозможно. Это невозможно найти без гайда. Это просто нереально. Блять, разрабы, блять. Разрабы это разрабы. Хуесосы, блять. Такую хуйню придумать, конечно, надо уметь. Такую порнушку. Ключ. Ключ в одной из бочек слева от входа. Блять, ну вы приколисты, сука. Блин, ну это нереально. Как я должен по одному названию понять, где ключ? Бля. Это пиздец. Слева на бочках от входа. Где? Сука. Блядь, это пиздец. О, это реально пиздец. Наверное, еще уфать буду. Ёманый рот, блядь. Находящийся в одной из бочек. Слева от входа. Где? 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 Либо тупой, либо я... Хуй его знает. Где этот, блядь, ключ? Кто я? Что я? Где я? Находящийся в одной из бочек. Реалистично. Находящийся в одной из бочек. Жопа горит. Жопа-то начинает пригорать, блядь. Хуя непонятно, потому что, блядь. Пиздец, блядь. Слева от... Где на каких бочках? Что?
Любители приключений. И сейчас...
Пиздец. Найс, блять, это. Я здесь ищу, оказывается, не здесь. Как это без гайдов проходить, я хуй его знаю, блять. Дичь. 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 Ой, блядь. Я забыл про вас. Давайте-ка чара обратно верну. Без чара скучно. Гуману еще. Теперь другой вопрос обстоит. А, ладно. Где сундук? Бля. Как мне это заебало. Почему надо все искать? Это пиздец. Что я открыл? Что? Что я открыл? Что? А, вижу. Теперь я вижу. Старинная книжка. Жить ветер, старую книжку. What the fuck?
Snip, 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 cut through the throat, the head... Thariel? Yes, Thariel. Back then he still existed. Now he's gone. He killed them all, you know. Lethal, Wilma, Arab, all of them gone, all dead. We couldn't enter the cold flesh. We screamed. We screamed as loud as we could, because it hurt so bad. But then, that would have made him angry, because then he couldn't concentrate anymore. But what else should we have done? It just hurt so bad. No matter how much of the blue juice he gave us, it always hurt so bad. Father. Yes, our father. We never saw his face, you know. She always wore this mask, this terrible, scary... Yes, he wanted to make us happy. That's what... Lethal, they just came in and took him into the room. I heard him scream. Hours and hours, and then suddenly silence. Silence for eternity. But I shouldn't talk so much. Too much talking makes the father angry. Just let me sleep, will you? Just sleep. What are you doing here? What happened? Remember? What should I remember? I was dizzy, so I took a nap. Seizure? What do you mean? What? But why? What did I say? I see. I must have been this place. It brought back my memories. What do you want to hear? I have no idea what that was. Same as you. No. But it doesn't matter. We should focus on the task at hand. What about the safe? Did you... Look, I just don't want to talk about it right now. Is that so hard to understand? Now, let me see. Can you believe it? That's a list of all the children who were sold. Name, age, price. She sold us like cattle. I don't know whether to cry or laugh. But it doesn't say anything about what the father did to us. Did you find anything else? Shit. Well, what did I expect? It was worth a try. Do you want to know something? I always thought she was living proof that not everybody can be corrupted if you shove enough money up their ass. Seems I was wrong. Did I? Tell me. What is it to you? Why do you... Makes sense. Fine. You gave me little reason to distrust you. So why the fuck not? If we're unlucky, neither of us will be alive anymore 2 days from now. Come.
Давай типа закончим. Nice рофлишь. Так куда присядем-то? Куда сядем? А, ясно. Так это твой стульчик, это мой, все ясно. Я сел.
All right. Let's keep this brief. My family discarded me as a child. And no, I don't blame them. I was weak, frail, and always ill. It was unlikely that I would see 5 winters. I don't know. I've forgotten most of it. Ah, nonsense. Keeping me would have burdened the entire... Cruelty is something else. Cruelty... Sadist scum like Carlian. Lust murderers or mad cult leaders who stop at nothing to get their way. Not even the corpses of children. I am. Thanks to Letho. It must have been 6 winters back then? Whereas I was 4 or 5. I don't remember. He found me in the gutter and took me in. I'm not sure you realize what that means. Surviving alone is hard enough as it is for an urchin child. But taking care of someone else, it decreases your chances even more. Letho didn't care. He saw me, he let me sleep in a pile of hay he called his bed, and shared his bread with me. I still have no idea why he did it. In the sewers. It's full of robbers and thieves and other scum nowadays. The good old days. I don't know. They never wanted to talk about it. Not even... It did. But there were a limited number of beds. New beds only became available if an orphan reached the age of 12. What they had was a list. You could have them put your name on there, and every time a new bed became free, the orphans would be called into the alley, and the list was read out aloud from top to bottom. Strange feeling, as you could imagine. When Letho was 8, and I was about 7, we both got lucky and got a bed. We spent 5 years there, and one moon before the abduction by the Relata, shortly before his 12th birthday, I swore to him that I'd come with him once they put him back on the streets. Now, I don't know if you can understand this, but the thought that he'd be out there while I slept in my bunk bed, I just couldn't accept it. What do you think? He called me an idiot, and rightly so, because I was still the frail little kid. Still, had push come to shove, I would have followed him. Nothing and no one could have stopped me. Peaceful. It sounds strange to say it after all that's happened, but if I'm being honest, food was scarce because the orphanage stayed afloat only through donations, and we had to work, or at least we thought we did. Back then, for example, there were those twin sisters. One morning we woke up and they were gone. Shagun wouldn't say what. Now I know better. Yes, me and Letho. I still remember that day as though it was yesterday. It had been an exhausting day and my cough had come back. Shagun put out the candles and we fell asleep. Then, all of a sudden, they were there, right in front of our beds. We screamed. We struggled. Tried to flee, but it didn't matter. Uncle Nalek was there to help the masked men to calm us. Shagun and the other adults, they just stood by and watched. Can you imagine? They just stood there and fucking watched. You know the rest of the story. They put sacks over our... Then, darkness. The next clear memory I have is awaking on a pile of bodies in the corpse pit. No. Of course I looked through that corpse pile as well. It was... real, you know? Letho and I were there for each other through it all, and he was my best friend, my brother, my family. Damn it, he was the only one I ever had. And now he's dead. His skeleton's probably rotting somewhere in the sewers, if the father's experiments left any of his body at all. I don't know if you can even remotely understand how much I hate this person. He is evil incarnate. It's that simple. What do you think I am? An idiot? Of course I looked for him. For weeks, months, fucking years. But nobody had seen him or even knew who I was talking about. Back up. I don't believe in backup anymore. Just look around, will you? This thing we call our world. What is it if you take away the glitter? They all just care about their own ends, and they are willing to do anything to see them through. And now? Now they're talking about the red madness. Friendship is a privilege for the young and foolish. Letho always believed in the good in people. And look where it got him. What is it to you? Can it? If you ask me, there's nothing more superficial than love. Well, okay, let me ask you this. Imagine a man with what do you think? Would it be that man the women dream of when the bards sing of a night in... Bullshit. The love you're talking about. It's a simple equation. If you're attracted, that's one of the few teachings of the Relas I actually agree with. Yes, because you're a decent enough canvas for women's and men's stupid fantasies. Go ahead. Put your head over an open fire for a while and see how much real love you're getting after that. That was by far the most stupid thing you've said tonight. Yes, I have put a lot of thought into the... like a brother. That's different. No, just one of the most banal feelings we're capable of. Yeah, you'd know. It doesn't? Then fate has a bad sense of humor. Yeah. You know, being on my own, as you put it, it doesn't bother me. Not at all. I know how it must sound to you, but if you're alone, you're invincible.
The worst anybody can do to you is kill you. And since death is the end of all feeling, it doesn't matter anymore. Friends, family, love, they leave you open, exposed. For me, things are simple. If the father kills me, I have failed. But at least there'll be no one to mourn my loss. No widow, no children, no friends. A clean cut, as though I never existed. I'll see when we get there. Yeah, either way, we've wasted enough time. As I said, it might be hours before... I'll send out a messenger if I learn something, and should anything unusual happen, just meet me at my hideout. I'll be there for an hour every day before nightfall. Until then, do that.
What the fuck? Сон? What the fuck? What's going on? Может, это не сон? Что за...
Dawn is coming. Seek the first seer.
Isn't this nice? A sun child graces us with its presence. Conduct yourself.
Now you're quite the sight. How about a little bit of fun?
А, погодите, надо ему рассказать. Бля, как же далеко бежать. У тебя, дружище. Ты знаешь, мне немножко лень. Если быть честно, блять. Никто тебя не трогает, дура.
Ah, never mind. What is it? Called you? What do you mean? Did he send a messenger? Psionics. Figures. No, it wasn't your dream. He must have planted it in your head while you were at the temple and simply triggered it last night.
A mental puppet. No idea. Probably some kind of past. You'll see what this is all about then, but I'm pretty sure he's considering you for the mission. And this is his last test. Correct. And, thank you for filling me in on this.
Очень сильно ценит. Ух ты. Плюс рэп. Свой. Что за... Что за пиздец? What the... Ебать, меня колбасит, гайса. Пиздец. Не пейте водку. Реально баг какой-то, гайса. У меня что-то с позиции. Если я сохранюсь и загружусь. Что-то с позицией у меня случилось. Почему я летаю? Какой целью? А, все, отлагал. Пиздец. Найс баги.
I thought my instructions were clear. A dream. That. Oh, I understand. Then go see Brother Sorrow at once and tell him the same thing. He will lead you. That is correct. Which is why I hope that you it doesn't matter. Go up to the tower, deeper into the mountain. At the end of the hallway, you'll find stairs ending in a wall. Now go. The father must not be kept waiting.
Go. I understand. You may pass. Descend. You'll see.
So you received my message. Good. Come, take a seat. I will be with you in a moment.
Ебать, ты страшный.
Well then, good to finally meet you in person. I would introduce myself to you, but you already know who I am. That is correct. The First Seer has already told me about you. He said that you and Brother Wrath recovered the lost pages, and also that you are, how should I say, unusual. He did not lie, as I see now. You do indeed have something peculiar about you. Tell me, how do you feel about Brother Wrath, Farrell, as you call him? Well, do you feel sympathy, antipathy, affection, hatred, or maybe... I see. Be that as it may, the First Seer had nothing but praise for you, and suggested that I consider you for our expedition, and I have, provided that you are still interested. Good to hear. The formalities first. You will receive 250 pennies in advance, and another 250 if the mission turns out to be a success. A generous pay, as you no doubt realize. I assume you know that it will be dangerous. Nonetheless, I would like you to understand the background of this undertaking fully if you are to work with us. Come. I present the human body, a simulacrum. It's not. As I said, I want you to understand. Does the name Manit Dalgalang sound familiar to you? The man who left his body. He was one of the former Grand Masters of the Order, a righteous man, but also of a It is said that Dalgalang had always been a little peculiar. In the few records that are left of him, he once described how he never felt as though he belonged in this world. Thus, he made freeing himself from this sense of estrangement yes, as though life was a bad play. Dalgalang despised all the other things people enjoyed. He didn't copulate, ate only as much as his body needed, and slept very little. Well, one day he vanished, just like that. During one of his meditations at the eye, even though there were observers, the Order didn't. According to them, Dalgalang simply disappeared on a pilgrimage. I believe so. He succeeded in freeing his spirit from the vessel of his body, and the strange occurrences that happened after confirm my theory. His servant, who was the closest thing Dalgalang had to a friend, heard his voice when he laid down flowers at his pathstone. Or the keep. All coincidences or phantasms, you may say, but to me, it is clear that Dalgalang achieved his goal. He managed to separate his soul from his body. He achieved transcendence. I suppose you could say that, yes. Dalgalang was among the first humans to realize how misguided we are, and how little of... When I first heard his story, I instantly recognized myself in him. In particular, his frankly, I still find it baffling how few people share this quest. All they care about is the satisfaction of their carnal desires. They are so proud of what, and all it would take to show them what their minds are capable of would be a glimpse into their dreams. Either way, I digress. Well, are we not freer in our dreams than we could ever be in wake? We can have our bodies take on every shape there is, and time and space are meaningless. Exactly, and that's where you come in. As it turns out, the secret to transcendence was hidden in the lost pages of J.L. Tannisson's book, where he describes his initiation ritual in the Room of Paintings. That is correct. But I have had the pleasure of talking to some of them over the centuries, and was able to convince them to divulge their secrets to me. It's not some kind of room. The room of paintings is a force of nature, one that has the power to... Either way, I will spare you the details. What you need to know is that we believe the room of painting, and that is what this expedition is about. You and the other mercenaries will venture into its, where we will finally sever our minds from our bodies. Correct. It will prevail. Only the Relaim who have proven themselves worthy will ascend with me. Then, when the time comes, they will follow us. No. First, because I have reason to believe that the weak will. Second, because our teachings are too important to risk them getting lost. What it is or who built it, I can't say. Only that it must have been, and by ancient, I mean one that existed long. The Black Libra, the cult the Butcher of Ark belonged to, merely used this place to conduct their rituals of initiation. In the Frostcliff Mountains, that's where you will go. They could, but the temple is dangerous. Only if you let them eat you. According to my research, 4 groups need to enter the temple simultaneously. Once you found the temple, your mission will be considered a success, and you will be paid. I don't know. Finding that out as soon as possible. After this since you've already worked with Brother Raph, you will form a group with him. Do you have a map? Good. This is where you'll find the site. I recommend you take a Myrad to the Frostcliff Tavern and walk from there. You will.
Go. Go.
Relata Shara, you know why we're here?
A stranger. What brings you here?
А есть вариант их всех убить? Скрытый третий вариант. Я хочу далеко бежать, сука. Надо реально, походу, SSD покупать. На 2 терабайта желательно. Ну, сейчас $1 дорогой. Пока поздновато. Рановато, точнее.
I'm Obulus. My name
What the? Oh, you. I take it you accept. Tell me. I see. Though I still don't understand why the father wanted you personally. That's not like him at all. Either way, now comes the critical part. This expedition is the only chance we're going to get. The fact that he assigned us both to the same group is a good start. Join our cause? We don't. We kill him the first chance we get. The last thing we need is an additional risk. It surely won't be anyone deserving your pity. Just remember what the First Seer asked of you as a I suggest you head to the temple as soon as possible. I'll probably arrive with the father. No idea. Let's just prepare. Until then, I'm counting on you.
Четвертая сложность. Отправляйте на раскопки релатов в горах. Морозные утесы. Четвертая сложность. Очень сложно. То есть там какой-то будет босс. Понятно. Где там? Ебать, это далеко. Да, это максимальная сложность. Ладно, ребят, буду выключать стрим. Сегодня прошли Doom, немножко поиграли в Skyrim. Всем спасибо, кто смотрел. Всем спокойной ночи. С вами был Флейк. Спасибо Диме, Игорю, Ивану, Никите за просмотр, дамы и господа. Всех обнял, всех поднял. Оффу стрим. И походу реально 3 зрителя это как раз таки вы. Я не знаю, тут ли вы. На самом деле, наверное, вы все спите. Ладно, всем спокойной ночи, всем пока-пока. Увидимся, не знаю, завтра, если будет настроение, врублю. И время, мне надо готовиться, ребята. Все. Всем пока-пока. Всем спокойной ночи. Ютуберам тоже.